Alright, what's up, yins, guys? Time for another video. Yeah, little story to tell you. Like, we're getting a little winds here earlier in the morning on and off. I was telling my partner this. And this can be coincidence if you believe in that shit. I'm not endorsing. I don't have any comments. If you believe in that shit, fine. And if you don't, fine. But I'm calling this an ironic coincidence. And I kind of go half and half, but I'm not forcing the endorsement of it. But back in, I think, 2008, I remember I was working at a FedEx for a while at one time. But we were getting, in western Pennsylvania, storms. They were calling it the repercussions from Hurricane Ike back in that day, like around 2008. And this is just like, maybe you call it a coincidence, but I shit you not, I'm not making this up. We had a willow tree in the yard, parents' house where I lived. I used to live upstairs, like way back in the early 2000s. And my mother was actually downstairs watching the movie Willow, okay? And, well, we grew up with these superstitions because she was kind of a religious nut at the same time, but at the same time, I'm superstitious and believe in certain things, not to force on anybody else, even though she was fanatical. But this really happened, I shit you not, right while she was watching Willow, some kind of chant. I heard the TV on, she was down there watching it in DVD, and whatever chant, like one of the little guys was saying, at the damn same exact time, that one of the characters was saying some kind of magical chant in the movie. We had some windstorms, some lightning going on, and the tree, I shit you not, actually broke up in the wind. We actually heard the big snap, ripped right out of the ground, smashed our fence, and went into the neighbor's yard. And later on in the night, there was like a hole 3 of us could stand in, waist deep. If any of you guys know anything about the root systems of willow trees, there's a lot of roots, but they're not very strong. A strong wind could rip them clean out of the ground. And it don't have to be a tornado. But this was some pretty much tornado force winds. And during that time, I remember I worked at a FedEx Smart Post, and me and a black gentleman, there was a friend of mine, were talking about it one time, like 2 years ago before I left that town. He was almost like one of my neighbors. I remember we didn't have to work a couple of days. They sent us home because we were still getting power outages and everything from this storm. And Hurricane Ike was way the hell somewhere else, but supposedly, according to news references, we were getting storms all the way where we were at, repercussions from Hurricane Ike. Different kind of storm systems going on, and we had power failures from like the whole industrial park. We were getting sent home, and we didn't have to work that day and shit, but like the next day and shit. But it's like me and my stepdad were like getting chainsaws and cutting the tree up and everything else. But that was wild. I mean, I wish I actually had video cameras of that. We actually had the old school cameras that we had to actually develop. But I mean, I didn't even have a decent smartphone back then because I didn't even get into all that back then. I remember you were still able to download stuff off of Pirate Bay at the same time. I remember I was sitting at a computer here in the tree snap. I heard the storm, and that was one of my memories. I was on a computer with my Pirate Bay downloads, which actually reminds me, I was meaning to get around to the, I don't know what you call it, the glory days of Pirate Bay and another subject matter, but I shit you not. What do you want to call that? Whatever you call it, coincidence or what? But very ironic. But I just was telling my partner that just today, one of the fond memories of, if you got something, whether you believe in that shit or not, say you don't believe in shit like that, and if something coincidentally happened or something, you can text me, or if you want to troll and be a troll and humor me on something and make up. I don't give a shit, but I shit you not, this really did happen. Whatever you want to call it. My mother was watching Willow and DVD. Um, I almost said DVE. For some reason the Pittsburgh radio, rock and roll radio station popped into my head. But that's why I accidentally said DVE instead of DVD. But anyway, yeah, that really did happen. True story. She was watching Willow, and then storm ripped the tree right out of the roots, and it was next day we maybe there's something to it, or odd coincidence. You want to call it what you want, but that shit really did happen.